What's up guys, this is Darryl Nathan from Twin Genetics. This is our third episode of our shredding series. We started this series about 6 weeks ago, so it's our third episode. There's 2 previous episodes up on YouTube, so make sure you give them a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We much appreciate that.
Boost up our 3 followers.
We have 3 followers. They're on 28 followers. I haven't checked up soon. I'm not that obsessed with the followers. Obviously I'd like more, but we haven't got any. But Nate still looks like he's been taking drugs, but he's actually got hay fever. So
yeah, it's one thing after the other, but
yeah,
you know,
all ailments, all excuses to not go to the gym, you see. No, so the diet's going well. I did weigh in at, to start off with, I weighed in about 201, which is in pounds, but I don't think that was a good reflection of my true weight, because then the days post of that weigh-in, I weighed around 204 to 203, so I think that was more of a realistic weigh-in, but it was just by chance that day I did my first weigh-in I was quite low. So if I was to reflect on the first weigh-in, I've essentially only lost 6 pounds. I'm 195 now, but I think in reality it's more like 7 or 8 pounds I've lost, or maybe 9, and it wasn't really a true reflection, because I might look a bit dehydrated, because sometimes that can happen. You don't just, if you weigh 188 in the morning and then weigh 185 then in the evening, wake up the next day and you're back down, it doesn't mean you've lost 3 pounds of fat. It means you've, you know, the water weight in your body's down, you're probably slightly dehydrated. So but the reason people weigh in the morning is through consistency, not for anything else, because the best time to weigh yourself if you've lost the most fat. It's just through consistency, basically. So I think I was around 203, 204, and I'm now 195, so I think I've lost around 8 pounds. So obviously the first few pounds of water weight, etc. I think I've lost a fair few pounds. I'm got my rolls around my belly area. My arms are lean up. I can kind of tell when I'm getting lean because my bicep vein comes through here slightly, but still got a long way to go yet. I want to probably lose at least another 10 pounds in the next 6 weeks. I think that's doable. I don't know how you getting on with yours.
Well, I started off 207. I weighed myself yesterday and this morning. I weighed the same, which was 196, or just over 196. But that was a weight loss of about 11 pounds. But I probably could have shaved off, say, 1 or 2 more pounds than that so far. But still plenty of time left. Just over 6 weeks to this day we started, and so the 6 weeks are left until June the 1st, isn't it? June the 1st, that's technically the 12th week of the cutting season. I go on holiday on the Tuesday, which is the 4th, and then Darryl goes on the 6th, which is a Thursday. So hopefully by then I want to reach, my goal is to really reach 180, but 16 pounds to lose now in the next 6 weeks, which is fairly tall order, because if you want to average out roughly of 2 pounds per week, it's only 12 pounds, so I need to fit into that another 4ish pounds before I reach my goal. But you know, as long as you put the work in and your diet's on point, then it should be achievable, shouldn't it?
Yeah, no, it is achievable. The problem is sometimes people think that straight away it's you know, let's reduce the calories like quickly, you know, get the weight off. But sometimes your body goes into mode where it's on like survival mode, where you drop the calories so high, and drop the calories to such a low difference to what you eat in the day previously. Sometimes I don't think it always works, so sometimes it's just best to increase the cardio and then slightly decrease the food. People might say, oh, you've done a diet for 6 weeks and you lost 8 pounds, but to be honest with you, I was pretty lean. I wasn't lean, but I wasn't fat in the first place, so I think if I lose another 10 pounds now, I'm going to look pretty lean. But I think Nate's got a bit more work to do than I have. It was just the way things really weighed a bit more than me when we started. But yeah, next video we'll do a physique update, and hopefully you can see some progress pictures. We haven't got a tan. Yeah, we are filming today in this lovely sunny weather. 23
degrees.
23 degrees.
Hottest day of the year so far. So
yeah, no, and we're stuck inside filming, entertaining.
But the problem is you don't get where you want to be on holidays. If you're going out to say, no, I can't be arsed today, I'm just gonna go to the beach for the day and eat ice cream and fish and chips. So that doesn't really get you. While everybody else is outside enjoying themselves, you're boring old Darryl and Nathan going to the gym. But yeah, that doesn't really bother us, to be honest. Like, my missus in work, Darryl's missus is off doing her own things, so it doesn't really matter, does it? No, it doesn't. No, I enjoy going to the gym anyway. To be honest, if I don't know, a day like this where it's really nice outside, yeah, it's lovely. But people got this thing where they think they need to be outside doing something. But you say to most people, "What do you do?" And they're like, "Well, I don't know. It was just nice weather, so we just went out." So, you know, it just forces people out. But I don't actually know what anyone gets out of doing that. But I don't know. Anyway, so the topic of this video is.
You're just going to debunk some like stupid myths you hear around like bodybuilding and stuff, like diet myths, just to kind of help people.
Just basically based on cutting, really, isn't it?
Yeah, based on cutting and dieting, just to help a few people who, you know, are just starting out dieting and stuff. And you know, me and Nathan have never been gone from like fat to super ready to go on stage or whatever. We've kind of just gone from bulk mode to kind of slim down for summer kind of thing, looking a bit leaner, which, you know, I'm happy to do. I would like one day to get down to a weight where I'm, you know, can literally see like brick abs or whatever, but I don't have any intention to compete in, so I don't think that'll happen.
It's a pointless exercise in reality, especially if you go on holiday, because you look absolutely, like probably the first day you get there, you look alright, and then the second day after you've eaten all the shit, or you probably look ridiculous on the second day, when your body would have taken in all those carbs, and you look more, what's the word,
you come off full,
more full, yeah. So your muscles look decent. Like when we went to Ibiza last year, probably the second or third day you look decent, then it just went drastically downhill. Then
it's almost like you hit your peak and then you plateau pretty quick. So yeah, so I just want to give people some point, especially people who haven't dieted for. You know, I don't know everything. Nate doesn't know everything. Yes, we've researched these things previously. You know, like when people say, "Oh, how does he know this about that?" Nobody knows anything until they read up on research that's been done. I haven't proactively done any research. I haven't gone into a lab and done any research, neither has Nathan. But most good coaches have so much knowledge because they've read theories and they've actually understood people's bodies. So you can come up with all the theories in the world, but until you know how to judge somebody's body, then you can't really give advice. But the things we're trying to kind of, you know, these stupid myths people come up with, we're just trying to help people out to make sure, you know, they don't get trapped by these things, like statements people come out with, which don't really help, to be honest. Otherwise it makes the diet really hard. So I have typed some things down in my phone. I will be reading off my phone. I'm not just reading off Wikipedia. It's just stuff that really are stupid myths that, you know, I not once believed, but sometimes you read into and then you start worrying and you overlook things. And the more you overlook, you know, the more you overanalyze the diet, the worse it can be for people. So hopefully these little things can help you guys understand the best times of, you know, when to eat this, when to eat that, or whatever. Or we can even debunk it and say there's actually, you can eat that anytime. So all I'll do, every time we start a new topic, I'll just pop it up on the screen below. You kind of know what we're talking about, and then, you know, you either take the information or not, or you can Wikipedia it yourself. But you know, I just try and condense it down into something more simplistic for people. So we'll start with the stupid terminology: no carbs before Marbs. If you don't know what that means, it's no carbs before I go to Marbella, basically. But it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard, where you cut all carbohydrates out of your diet. This is like 3 or 4 weeks before you go on holiday to try and shred the fat. Basically, go into like a keto diet, basically. But I think it's quite unrealistic, the keto diet. You've got to get rid of I think it's really limited carbohydrates you eat, and you end up eating a shitloads of fat and as much meat as you want. But me personally, I couldn't do that. I like carbohydrates too much, and I rely on them within my diet to, you know, supplement my diet and make me feel better. But I've never actually tried the keto diet, and I just don't really fancy. I don't really think it's for me.
Well, I think you get to a point though with that sort of diet is where you're probably going to absolutely. They probably get to the 4th week and you can actually crave those carbs, and by the time you get the 4th week, and as soon as you go on holiday or whatever, you're drinking, I know, cocktails or whatever, which are high, sounds sad, they're high in carbohydrates. Obviously your fruit juices full of sugar and stuff. As soon as you take them on board, your body's just going to hold on to them, because that's naturally what your body do, because it's been starved for so long, say 4 or 5 weeks with minimal carbs. Any carbs it gets now is just going to hold on to it. You're just going to bloat up, really, aren't you?
Yeah, you're going to blow up, and you'll probably look pretty decent for, like Nate said, a few days, and that'll be that. But no, the keto diet is a good diet. I know a lot of people who do it. There's a few YouTubers like Joseph Rakachi swears by it. What's the other guy? The one from New York, Brandon Carter. Yeah, he's like an advocate of the keto diet. But personally, I can say it's not for me, but I've never tried it. So I just don't. I like oatmeal, do you know what I mean? I like rice, and there's no way I'm stopping eating them.
Don't get us wrong. I'm not saying have as much carbs as you want, but you got to put a structure to your. Say for example, now currently I'm eating 240 grams of carbs, 60 grams of fat, and just about 205 grams of protein. I could, in reality, if I thought to myself, I really want to lose a lot of weight this week, I could just put my carbs down to 150 grams per day. But by the end of that week, well, 1, I'll be starved, and 2, I'll look after these, and I'll probably look flat as a pancake when I
Yeah, that's the other problem with the carbohydrates as well. If you lower them too much and too quick, you end up just looking really flat and skinny. and if you've got still quite a high body fat percentage, you just look terrible.
Yeah, you've just done the best.
So yeah, so really speaking, if you are going to be no carbs before marbs, it's like basically a quick fix for a diet because you know you're going on holiday soon. Don't do that. I recommend if you are going to do the keto diet, still do it 12 weeks before you go on holiday, and then give yourself ample time to get the weight off. Doing it, starving yourself for 4 weeks is not ideal. So,
and the minimum amount of time really you want to be going for is probably 8 weeks for a cut, but that's more of like a, if you're say you're at about 12 or 13% body fat, then maybe 8 weeks, but 12, give yourself an extra bit of time just in case you have a bad day, or you gotta go to a wedding one day, or you're going out with your friends another day. Just give yourself a bit of a respite where you can actually come back from some of the bad decisions you make over the 12 weeks, because 8 weeks doesn't give you a lot of time.
No, it doesn't. So like I'd say, like Nate said, low body fat percentage already, do 8 weeks. If you're looking pretty bulky and fluffy, I'd say 12. And if you're competing, it's probably anywhere between 12 to 16 weeks. So, and that's not my intentions or Nate's intention to be stage ready. We never get on stage, but I mean, don't do dieting for a quick fix like 5 or 6 weeks. Because really speaking, you won't really achieve much. It's basically there's like 2 stages to dieting. When you get around, you start pretty fluffy, then you get to the middle and you're kind of happy because you look a bit leaner, and then bam, all of a sudden after the 12 weeks is gone, you look a lot leaner than you previously did at the start of the 12 weeks, and that's what makes you feel better. I think if you do 5 to 6 weeks, I think you're just going to be disappointed and you think, oh, this diet didn't work for me, but in actual fact you were just lazy and you didn't take the right precautions.
Give yourself enough time.
So, just to do that, just be careful really, just give yourself enough time and ample time to do the diet. I don't know any point you want to make.
And the last thing I'll probably say is all about time as well. If you want to, we'll say we're going on holiday now in June, so we've started in March. So that's pretty soon to start cutting, I would have thought, isn't it?
Not really, because it's 12 weeks, isn't it?
Yeah, but a lot of people don't go on holiday in June.
No,
go on holiday in July, even August. So a lot of people normally wait till the end of March, going into April to start. But obviously, it all depends on when you go on holiday, or when your final goal is you're competing, etc. But
so we only lean down really for holiday to look a bit better on the beach or whatever. And it is vanity. I don't give a shit.
So all we ultimately come to so far is you want to have carbs in your diet if you want to realistically reach your goals, because physically and mentally it's going to be too hard for you. And 2, you want to give yourself an ample amount of time to achieve your goals, because there's no quick fix. And when you see all these people on click on this link, and I've even known people who actually bought into these, look, I won't say who it was, but look, the magic red drink, and all it is just a pre-workout drink. If you're feeling down and sluggish, have this magic red drink. And
Mike Chang is the biggest fucking fraud you will ever see on YouTube. He's an absolute knobhead. Honestly,
I wasn't going to mention, but
no, I don't give a shit. I'll mention anyone. Nobody knows who we are, so never mind. But Mike Chang is an absolute douchebag, and I just reckon stuff like that, people get roped into. That's why people like Mike Chang make shitloads of money. I genuinely mean this. I'm not on YouTube to make money. I'm on YouTube to try and offer people, like, not free advice, like I know everything, but just help people, like, make a bit of a change. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've helped people do diets and stuff in the gym and that, and I didn't charge them for it. I just enjoy doing it. It's what I enjoy doing. But if somebody wants to pay me to do that, then happy days, I'll take the cash, But I'm happy to help people for nothing, really. So I don't even want to make another point. So that's the carb thing debunked. We're not bashing the keto diet. If you really want to do it, I'd say suggest trying it in the off season first, and not limiting your calories. See if you can get on with the just eating fats and proteins and limited carbohydrates. See if you get on. Okay, I just wouldn't throw yourself straight into a shredding diet on the keto diet. I just don't know. I just don't think it's very. Try it before you kind of. If you're setting your goal to say get lean for a wedding or your wedding, I wouldn't risk doing a keto diet if you've never done it before. But if you've done it before and you think it's good, then do it. But don't throw yourself into something new unless you've tried it before.
Well, don't you go into there's always a myth as well when you start cutting that. So when you start cutting, it should be just high volume work with lower weights. For me and Al, over the years, we've come to realise we did it probably for 1 year. We tried that just because it was one of those theories we but we sort of bought into, and we started doing it. And we realised, to be honest with you, you're just going to go backwards really doing that, aren't you? You want to try and maintain your lifting ability right from the start and try and prolong it as long as you can, because probably by even now we're probably not lifting what we were before, are we? No, it's not far off, but
Yeah.
you're talking, say, the 5th or 6th week. That's when your body will start trying to almost like reject you lifting these big weights, because your energy levels are not what they were, say, 6 weeks ago when you were bulking. So obviously, the heavier you are, the more weight you can lift. That's just facts, isn't it?
It's the way it works, yeah. And you know, people who say otherwise are probably people who are taking gear and you know they're getting leaner and they're getting stronger. You know, put 2 and 2 together. Don't take a genius or fucking Albert Einstein to know that. Just be wary of like bullshit people will feed you. So your strength will go down, but what Nathan's saying is don't increase the volume. Keep your workouts high volume, because we like high volume workouts. But I mean, don't keep the weight. Don't keep the weight down thinking doing 20 reps on bicep curls. We will do 20 reps sometimes, maybe as like a finishing set or something, but don't keep your workouts to low weights and high reps, because you just end up losing all the strength you've gained throughout throughout winter, or the off season, so to speak. So what I'm trying to do is try and maintain the weight. So if I can lift 45 kilo dumbbells on chest, as I get 60 into I can't, no, not 45, it's more like 30. If I do that in the off season and I come into a cut and I still try and lift that weight, I still might be able to lift that weight. But then all of a sudden my body might say to myself, actually you can't lift this weight, you're 6 weeks into the diet, your strength's just not. Again, it's repeated the last video, the camera cut out. I was saying, yeah, so you might lift 45s in the off season, say 6 weeks into your diet, you might just not be able to lift it anymore, and that's not a problem. Just reduce the weight slightly, then instead of 45s, try the 40s, and you might feel comfortable with them. You just want to try and maintain as much strength as you can. That's basically that's what we're saying. Maintain your strength as much as you can, but there will be a slight decrease in strength.
That's ultimately that's the end of that, really.
Yeah, so then the other annoying myth, which I followed this theory, is eating small meals throughout the day. I don't discount this theory, because I actually think it's a good way of eating your calories, is eating small meals throughout the day, because it stops you feeling hungry. But the problem is, if you've got a busy schedule, not everyone can be sat at their desk eating 8 meals a day or whatever. And the big Mr. Olympia bodybuilders who eat 8 meals a day, that's because they weigh like 22 stone in the off season and they're absolutely huge. But
in their lives, that's their sole job in life, and it's to be a bodybuilder. But obviously, when you are work, it's a slight difference between me and I start work at 7 in the morning, and finish at 4. That's Monday, Thursday. But I can only have my food at set breaks. So I work on a shop floor, but Darryl works in the office, so you can sort of eat meals as of when you want.
I can eat when I want. If I wanted to eat 8 meals a day, I could, but I just don't, because I don't, I like to feel satisfied after a meal, not having a small one every so often. But there was research done, you Google it, it'll take my word for it. There was research done in recent years that there's no difference between consuming your calories in like 3 large meals or 8 small meals. So that's one of the myths. So if you go starving all day and you're busy and you didn't eat anything, to be honest, that just gives you a big window of eating shitloads of calories in one go. So enjoy and take it as it is,
Well, that entail brings us on to fasting, which is another one of those theories which definitely works. But me and Darren haven't tried that before, have we? But we could contemplate it before this cut one week to try it. But I don't know, spending a long period of time without eating at all, especially when you're in work and stuff, it's going to be very, very tricky. And I personally don't think I could do it, and Darryl feels the same as well. But there are people out there who do it on YouTube, like
Mariah from Athlete, he's one of Christian Guzman's
athletes. He does it,
and then obviously more probably well known than him is Greg O'Gallagher. I got all my opinions on him, but we won't go there today. You don't start bashing people who've made millions of pounds from YouTube and selling business. But he's a good businessman, Greg O'Gallagher. He's a good guy, but I just don't know if I like him really. But yeah, I won't go there today. They both do, Mariah, and they're like famous ones who do fasting and stuff, and it does really work, fasting. But what you have to remember is Greg O'Gallagher and Mariah, they both do YouTube as a full-time job, whereas with me, I couldn't get up in the morning. I'm in work for 7 o'clock. I couldn't sit at my desk for 5 hours and not eat until 12, because it would just 5 hours would just absolutely tear me apart. So that's the reason I don't do fasting. My day's a lot longer than probably what it could be. So if I was doing YouTube full time, I'd get up later, I could spend a couple of hours extra in bed, spend a couple of hours once I've got up, just having a black coffee and waiting before I have my breakfast, and then the fasting diet would work for me. But because I'm up from 7 to around 11, I've got a huge window of where I need to eat, and I just would be awake for too long to be hungry, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because the later you wake up, the easier it's going to be, because if you're waking up, so you go to bed at 12, it's just for example, I'll start off at the start of the day, it's 12 o'clock in the evening, that's when you go to bed and you wake up, say, 5 o'clock, more than likely by about 6 or 7 you're going to start feeling hungry, aren't you? Because your body's awake now and it's starting to burn calories. If your body's thinking, okay, it's time to have breakfast now, but whereas they're probably going to bed, say for example at 12 o'clock, and they're probably not getting up till 8, 9 o'clock, which is 3 or 4 hours after you've got up, so their body clock then is starting at a later time, so it would generally be easier for them. So say for example now, me and Dal are going to go to bed at 12 and wake up at 8 o'clock. From 8 o'clock you could eat for all periods of 8 hours, isn't it? So,
yeah, so it's a 16-8 ratio in hours. So
16 hours of non-eating.
So 16 plus 8 is 24 if you didn't know shit maths, okay?
Yeah. So 16 hours is your non-eating period, and the 8 hours is your eating period. So say, obviously you went to bed at 12, woke up at 8 o'clock in the morning, so you could technically eat then from 8 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon, which is your 8 hours, and then once the 4 o'clock is hit and all your calories are diminished and gone, you can't eat anything now till the following morning. So then you're going from more like 16 hours then, aren't you, to over again to not eating. So you imagine yourself eating first thing at 8 o'clock in the morning, then stop eating all your calories at 4. That actually scares me, to be honest.
No, it does. No.
So actually, I get home about 4:45 every day, go to the gym about 6ish. And I think to come home, go to the gym, yeah, you probably feel good, but after the gym you're going to be hungry, and then you've got to go to bed, say, at the same time again, 10, 11, or whatever time you go to bed, and then when you wake up in the morning you've got to do it all over again, but I don't really fancy that, to be honest.
No, so if you do want to try fasting, it does work, so you'll remember the rules, the 16-8, so 8 hours window of eating, and then you've got 16 hours of fasting, which I think it does work, but it depends on the kind of lifestyle you lead and what kind of job you do. So this probably brings on to another thing as well, which another thing that annoys me is no carbs no carbs after 6 p.m, which really frustrates me because your metabolic rate is pretty similar when you're awake walking around than it is when you're sleeping. So eating carbohydrates before you go to bed doesn't make you fat, so that's one myth debunked straight away. If you don't understand it, fucking Google it, because it's straightforward. So you can't eat carbohydrates after 6 o'clock. If anything, eating carbohydrates throughout the day and exercising will increase your metabolic rate when you sleep. So if you did eat carbs after 6 o'clock, it wouldn't really make much difference. So yeah, don't read into that. No carbs after 6 o'clock is absolutely ridiculous.
There is a way to utilise your carbs a bit better, isn't there? So throughout the day, eat not small portions of carbs, but not minimal either. Which is like a fair
so spread them out.
Yes, fair size of carbs each meal. Then by the meal before you go to the gym, maybe have the bulk of your carbohydrates, and then after the gym then restore that with another fairly biggish portion of carbohydrates, and then obviously another meal then, say for example before you go to bed, then it's just maybe you have a small amount again, just go back to the small amount. So
yeah,
you want to go before and after, really are probably the key ones to go
before and after the gym, the carbohydrates. And one more annoying myth, I am reading off a screen, not like reading paragraphs, I mean reading the prompt words, but is eating fats do not make you fat. Because that's what people think, is if you eat lots of fat, then I'm going to put loads of fat on the peanut. When you eat peanut butter, it doesn't just go straight to your stomach and then sits around your belly button and there's rolls of fat on your stomach. It's just pathetic. What you need to understand is your body needs a certain amount of fats to operate and function correctly, and it's actually beneficial to muscle building. So eating some peanut butter and some cashew nuts, some almonds and stuff is not going to kill you. Wasting your fats on saturated fats, I think, is a waste of time. But you want some good sources of good sources of fats, like your peanut butters, nuts, avocado. The list goes on and on and on. But yeah, they're the kind of things you want to take. You want to have good source of kind of fats, not like
you want to have like something that's actually that's got a bulk to it. Obviously, if you have a shot of coconut oil compared to a handful of nuts, what's going to make you more full? It'd be the handful of nuts, wouldn't it? So You see these bodybuilders, a lot of them. I didn't reach my calorie goal, so I started drinking olive oil. But that's not really my cup of tea. To be honest.
No, like
drinking that.
I always say to people, especially on a diet, don't consume many calories through liquid sources. If I'm honest, because there's no substances. Because I could smash a 2,000 calories protein shake and then eat a 1,000 calorie meal straight after, because that just doesn't. For my body, I just don't enjoy drinking my calories. So I prefer to eat them and make myself actually feel full. So. Yeah, there's a few things debunked if you guys were interested. I hope you are interested. But we've got an arms workout on the way.
It's probably be high volume.
Yeah, we do
low weight.
No weight. So we're going to do it's like a high volume workout. Nate's done it 2 weeks in a row. We're going to do the same one again today. It's where you start with obviously we're doing arms, so you start with biceps or triceps, and then you go straight into the other exercise. So you might do a close bench press, you get straight up off the bench, and then you do some bicep curls, and it's kind of four different sets of exercises. So 4 for biceps, 4 for triceps, but you just do they're condensed into one exercise, if you know what I mean. So it's 4 exercises as a whole, with tricep and bicep occurring once within each exercise.
So you're taking your 4 supersets, aren't you?
Yeah, essentially, yeah. So that'll be next in the video. We're just gonna head to the gym now. We're gonna have a black coffee before we leave.
And one thing before we go as well, we haven't given you a physique update as yet, but not where we are, but obviously the next video will probably be 4 weeks out, which will be the next video. So hopefully we're looking more trim at that point as well. So next video you'll see a physique update, and then obviously after that, post that video, then we'll see another one 2 weeks later. I'm not sure what subject of the video will be then, but the final video will be obviously the final result before we go on holiday. So
we're trying to look for some better scenery instead of seeing us at the same seats, and then maybe have to get a casting couch or something, like a black leather one. We're gonna head to the gym now, and I'll see you guys in the next clip.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
What's up, guys? Just got to the gym now. Pure gym as per usual. We all change the scenery one day, but just come to the gym now. I'm gonna smash this workout now. We high volume arm day. Nate's come up with this workout. We did it last weekend. Literally just took us just over an hour, wasn't it, to do it?
Yeah, it's a really good pump you get off this, doesn't it, to be fair. Yeah. So, which is sometimes you don't always get when you're cutting, because the energy levels ain't there and you can't really get those extra few reps out when you're trying to smash it out. But
because your carbohydrates are quite a bit lower on the cut. You've got less glycogen in your muscles, and the pump sometimes is really hard to get. But I just had a really hefty scoop of coffee. I had a black coffee before I came. Nate's probably gonna get pre-workout from the machine in there. I still got fleece on. I don't like being cold in the gym when I'm there. Nate's got shorts and a vest on, but we're going to the gym now. Hopefully just be just over an hour on the arms, and then we got the dreaded cardio to do. So I'm going to try and get 35-40 minutes done today. So I don't know about you.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. Well, I'll maybe even try and do 40 if I can be asked. But you ask me that question once we've done. So
next few clips will be us doing a high volume arm workout. We should start with we'll show you a quick warm up we do for arms. It's only very basic. It's nothing just to get the blood flowing. And then we'll do 4 exercises. Biceps and triceps will be hit 4 times. So basically 4 supersets. So enjoy the next clip, and there'll be a commentary over the top. And we'll catch you in the next clip.
What's up, guys? This is Daryl bringing you the commentary again. To start with, on this high volume workout, we start with a quick warm up superset. Light weights, high reps, just to get the blood flowing into the muscle. Nothing too in depth, nothing too tiring on the muscle. Prior to the warm up, is our usual stretching routine, which we'll potentially cover in another video. So for this warm up, we did rope push downs. This is for your triceps, and we also did a straight bar bicep curl in a quick superset. 2 supersets, 15 reps for each exercise. Remember, guys, we're not killing the muscle here. We're just trying to engage the muscle, get the contraction correct through the joint, and ensure the muscle is warmed up and there's blood flowing into the correct areas. So for this workout, guys, we started obviously with the warm up. We did 4 supersets for arms, tricep bicep combination, followed by cardio. So in this commentary, I'll be bringing you the rest of the workout. The first working superset we did on this workout was a close grip bench press, followed by the standing alternate hammer curl. The close grip bench press was done on the Smith machine. This is one of our favourite exercises for triceps, especially for building mass, in my opinion. You can push more significant weight through this exercise than most of the other arm exercises. Right, so for close grip bench press, you want to set the bench flat and start by ensuring that the bar, when it's at the bottom of the exercise, will be just under your nipples, basically at the bottom of your chest. Once you're happy with the positioning, add the weight to the bar and continue with your working sets. Grip the bar shoulder width apart or slightly narrow, whichever is more comfortable for yourself. Using a pronated grip, this is basically your palms facing away from you. Unrack the bar with your arms fully extended. You want to make sure that the bar comes down slowly, keeping your elbows tucked in, unlike the conventional bench press where your elbows are quite flared out. Once the bar reaches the bottom, don't let it hit your chest, about an inch off your chest. You want to feel the extension of the muscle and press the bar back up to the starting position. Part 2 of this superset was the alternate dumbbell hammer curls. For this one you want to stand upright with your arms by your sides to begin with, holding obviously 2 dumbbells. Your palms should be in the neutral position, basically it's your arms by your side, so your palms will be touching your thighs essentially. Start by bringing up the weight in a curling motion. Try and maintain the position of your upper body without swinging the weight. When you're at the top, you want to really squeeze the muscle so your bicep is fully contracted. You should feel the squeeze at the top. Slowly allow the weight to come down, or ensure that's in a controlled fashion, and no swinging the weights back and forth. So here we have the second exercise, which is the superset 2. To start with, we did easy bar skull crushers. For this exercise you want to use a narrow grip, which I kind of call the most inside V of the bar. Take a flat bench, extend the bar out so your arms are perpendicular to the bench or the floor. Slowly lower the bar with the bottom half of your arm, using your elbow as the hinge point. Before the bar contacts your skull, hence the name skull crushers, extend the bar up to the starting position. Make sure the weight doesn't come down too fast, because the exercise tells you everything. Skull crushers, it'll crush your head. For the second half of the superset, we chose to do the easy bar preacher curls, using a preacher curl bench, but in this case it's back to front, so we removed the seat on this one. Unfortunately, not all gyms have the luxury of removing the seat in order for you to use the vertical side of the bench. So on the vertical side of the bench, again holding the most inside V of the bar, position your triceps against the pad on the bench, and your chest is resting on the 45-degree angle side of the pad. So from here you want to slowly lower the bar so your arm is then fully extended at the bottom, allowing for a full stretch basically. Using your biceps then from that position, the fully extended position, you want to move the bar back up to the starting position until your bicep is fully contracted at the top. It's important to squeeze here at the top of the movement. Hold the squeeze and then repeat the motion. Your bicep should feel a burn from this. Like I said before, no heavy weights on this exercise. Keep the weight moderate and ensure you feel the squeeze before anything. Moving on to the third superset, we chose to start with this one, rope tricep pushdowns. For this one, you'll make sure you're standing in the upright position, your arms by your side, but your forearms should be parallel with the floor. From here you want to pull the rope downwards to the floor. When you hit the bottom, your arms will be fully extended by your side, essentially your arms by your side. The key thing is to keep your top half of your arms stationary by your side and hinge your forearm around your elbow joint. Make sure you squeeze at the bottom. You should feel it predominantly your lateral head of your tricep, also known as the horseshoe head, and other bro science names. Once you feel a good contraction at the bottom, allow the rope to come up at the starting point in a controlled motion. The second half of this superset was the standing individual bicep cable curl. For this exercise, you want to ensure that you're using a narrow cable machine. You want to stand between the two pulleys, about 2 steps forward of the machine, holding a single handle attachment in each hand with a supinated grip. Keeping the top half of your arm fixed, bring your arms or your palms towards your front delts, kind of squeezing at the top, but holding the top of the motion for a second or two, ensuring there's a good contraction there. Once you're happy with the contraction, slowly lower the weight down to the original or neutral position, so the handles are kind of by your sides. Repeat this for your desired rep range. Superset number 4, this was machine dips. To perform this exercise, you want to firmly grasp the handles with your thumb on the inside of the grip. It's called an overhand grip if you want to get technical. Once you are happy with your grip, keep your arms by your side. Your body should be still and upright against the machine pad. push the weight downwards towards the floor until your arm is fully extended. Do not lock your elbow out or jolt at the bottom. This will cause aggravation in the elbow joint and probably an injury, so my best advice not that. At the bottom, make sure you squeeze the tricep. Once you feel the contraction, slowly allow the weight of the machine to come back to a stationary position. So the 8th and final exercise of this workout was the machine preacher curl. For this one, you'll make sure you place your arm on the pad of the machine, so essentially your bicep is contacting with the pad. Grab the machine handles using a supinated grip, which basically means your palms are facing you. Pull the handles of the machine towards your face, so that basically your forearms are almost brushing your temples as you come past. Once your kind of forearms brush your temples, you want to contract the bicep at the top of the movement and make sure you hold it for a second to make sure you kind of feel the squeeze at the top. At this point, your bicep should be burning. Once you're at the top, lower the handles down slowly back to the neutral position. Make sure your arms are always in contact, or the back of your arms are always in contact with the pad on the machine. Do not lift them off during the exercise. This probably means you're not going to be isolating the bicep there. As you can see on this exercise, I did kind of a mini drop set. And this concludes the weights workout. So to finish up this workout, we finished up with some cardio. We did just short of 40 minutes of low intensity steady state, which is known as LISS cardio. We usually have the incline on around 12 and we kind of work our way up to maybe 13 to 14 by the end of the cardio session. For the speed, it varies between miles per hour or kilometers per hour, depending on what gym we're at. So it would be 5.1 kilometers or 3.2 miles per hour, whichever unit you prefer to use, really. It'll be different between countries and kind of gyms, to be honest. The cardio session tends to work out around 10 to 11 calories per minute. If you go for that kind of ballpark figure, you do the maths, 30 minutes is about 300 calories, 40 minutes is about 400. If you step the incline up a bit more or the speed up a bit, you'll get more. Right guys, that concludes the commentary for this video. If you did enjoy the commentary and like the voiceover over the top, please give the video a like, it'd be much appreciated.
What's up guys, we just finished up in the gym in Cardiff Gate. We did high volume arms and we're pretty spent now. We did 4 sets of 3 on biceps and triceps. A real big range of exercises. You can check the video out once we upload it, probably next week now this video will be uploaded. Yeah, you get a pretty good pump off that, to be fair. It's quite a good workout. I'd never done it before, and they've shown me it's quite high volume. It's a lot more, you're not really doing anything rep ranges underneath 10 really. It's everything 10 to 15 reps on everything. It just gives you a really good pump. Not necessarily something you go to every week, but sometimes you lose the ability to get a pump, and I think it's just perfect to do something like that to get a pump going again. The thing is, it is a very good workout, but in the same breath, especially when you're cutting, I thought that was one of the best ones I've done. I've done it probably 3-4 times over the last 6 or 7 weeks, and I found it really good, but that was probably the best one I had. But Daryl, to be honest with you, struggle. You're on the third superset and you're struggling a little bit, so obviously it just happens in cutting. Though some days you wake up and you feel okay, and other days you don't do. So I went to the vending machine and bought a protein bar, which, you know, if you really feel that shitty and you can't go on anymore, your body's probably just craving that little bit more energy. So you split a half protein bar each, and that's just, or even get a pre-workout or whatever, just down a little bit of water, not too much, because problem with pre-workout, if you have too much water, it makes you feel a bit sick. So, but if you're feeling hungry after the workout, maybe like a rice cake or half protein bar or whatever, something that'll just give you that extra bit of energy to finish the workout. Yeah, we're absolutely cooking in the car because it's like 23 degrees and the car's been sat here for like 10 minutes. But yeah, we smashed cardio afterwards, incline walking. It was literally just under 40 minutes. There'll be some footage of us doing that. So yeah, that concludes really the video. It's time to go home. We've got 1,700 calories to consume now. Yeah, so we almost didn't finish this video because some idiot fucking left the camera in the gym. Yeah, I'll hold my hands up and the camera. And then blame me, which he always does. Maybe that's probably a thing I'd normally do, but it was Daryl this time. It all felt good, to be honest, but I'm just glad he found the camera, because luckily no scabby motherfucker stole the camera. So we'd been pretty gutted if that happened, because our camera would have been gone, that's a few £100 worth, and then you're talking all that good footage we had from today as well would have been gone to waste. So yeah, never mind. Yeah, well, thanks for the guys tuning into the video. Don't forget to hit the like button. Please comment below if you have any questions, and hit the subscribe button.
they go a long way. And we'll catch you guys in the next video where we're doing a physique update.
Catch you in the next one.